What is going on, y'all? It's your boy RickyMoto. Welcome back to yet another video. So today we're doing a little bit of a POV drive in the Porsche, and we're gonna be doing a little bit of a story time as well later on. But we're gonna go on a little joyride. We're gonna find a back road, get a feel of this car, a little bit of a windy road. So I've had this car for a good 2-3 days now, and every single day that I drive it, it's been growing on me a little bit, I gotta say. Within 2 to 3 days, I already put 164 miles on this car, which is a good amount. I've been really, whipping this thing, taking it to a lot of places, hitting some back roads, commuting to work with it. It's been great. I had a lot of fun with it, but tomorrow will be my last day with this car. This car isn't actually mine. It's a rental car, and I got it through Thru. And it was my first time ever using Thru, so a lot of learning, a lot of getting used to with it. Okay, you've been waiting here for a while, you can go now. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to make this video is to talk a little bit about some plans that I have with this channel, along with a bit of a story time. But yeah, ooh, look at that Corvette. Okay, C8. But yeah, I've been wanting to kind of dive more into automotive content, specifically like POV driving. I just want to expand my content variation and, kind of break out of just having strictly motorcycle videos and kind of create a bigger audience of, car people as well, because, bikes and cars, they're very much so tied together. On top of that, the winter is coming very soon, meaning that I won't really be able to ride as much when it gets super cold out for a few months. And so the only sort of reasonable way to make content for this channel would probably be about cars and more indoors kind of stuff. So that's why I kind of want to test the waters by making some car content now. I mean, eventually I would probably switch to, driving my own car and making content with that, whether it's the M4 or the A220. Definitely want to try out more brands of cars in the future as well. Maybe do some rentals, or if, some of my buddies want to let me borrow their car, or, if you guys, a viewer has a pretty solid car, a sports car, some sort of, luxury car, hit me up in my DMs if you're from the local area. I would love to make a review video or a POV drive video featuring your car, and of course, you'll get some advertisement and promotion out of that. We can work something out. So yeah, that's the idea. That's kind of what I'm doing with the past few videos, with the GoPro mounted to my head and driving around. We're gonna be heading up here towards McDonald's. I don't really have an appetite. I just want to get something into my body, maybe like a small fry and a drink or something like that. Or should I just go all out and get a Big Mac meal? I feel like that would be kind of nice. Kind of wish that this car was straight piped because it's so quiet in here. It has ventilated seats as well. I don't know exactly how that works. I'm assuming because there's holes in this perforated leather that it'll blow like a fan or some sort of AC type of thing through it. I never really used it. I don't really care to use it. On top of that, it's freaking cold out. This car is also a convertible, a drop top vibe, but I haven't had the chance to really play around with it, nor do I want to, just because I'm afraid that it's gonna break, just because it's such an old car, and a lot of convertibles, the actual function tends to go out. But yeah, I have a small little story time, and the reason why I thought of this story is because I'm going to McDonald's, and this has something to do with McDonald's. Oh boy, I don't even know where to start. It was a while ago though, maybe like a year or two ago. So I don't know if I ever shared this to my audience, but back then, maybe during COVID era, I had a big drinking problem. And I feel like that was very common during that time period for a lot of people. I went to a winery upstate one time, and they were talking to me about business and how they operated during that time. And they were telling me how a lot of liquor places were making bank during COVID, just because everyone's at home, everyone's drinking and, trying to suppress themselves. So yeah, during that time, I was a heavy drinker, and I'm talking downing full bottles of vodka in 2 days, which is pretty wild. It's really bad. I have now overcome that. Yeah, I had a drinking problem for about a year straight, and then I eventually got tired of it because I was such a mess and I was pretty upset with myself. So I decided to, fix myself up and overcome it. I didn't get any professional counseling or anything like that. I kind of just told myself, hey, look, this is getting overboard. Not only was it affecting my health, affecting my mental health, even the finances along with it, because it's expensive, constantly buying alcohol. So I put a stop to it, and I'm really happy that I was able to come clean with it and you know, sober up. Because I was always so blazed, I was never functioning correctly, you know? I was never really making rational decisions. I mean, I still don't, even now that I'm sober. But, you know, especially during that time, I was like super wacko. But in the same time, alcohol like makes you super confident. I mean, as you might know. And so during that time, I just really didn't care about anything. But, you know, there was this one night I was hanging out with my boy. We were just chilling. It was like probably 2-3 a.m. middle of the night, and I was getting hungry and we wanted to get some food. Mind you, my boy doesn't really drink, so, you know, it's just me doing that. And so he decided to drive. I was sitting passenger, and we went out to get some McDonald's. So we went to McDonald's. You know, everything was chill. We were like having a good time, laughing, you know, talking, listening to music. And we went to the drive-thru. I think I ordered like a Big Mac or something casual, nothing crazy. And by the time we got up to the window to get our food, because we were going to the drive-thru, there was this cute girl working there in the middle of the night. Hispanic, you know, chill. I don't want to throw names out there or anything like that. But I was feeling it, you know? I was like, damn, okay, like this is like, we're getting along and stuff. And she was being very sort of, I don't want to say the word flirty, but she was being very nice and kind of, I don't know, energetic. And usually I'm not that type of person to like hit on girls. Like I've never really done that. I'm not the type to like, you know, I'm more of the person that like, if you're gonna talk to me, I'll talk to you back, but like, I'm not gonna start a conversation with you. I'm typically more kind of closed off and kept to myself for the most part. But man, the alcohol confidence was going crazy that night. So yes, long story short, I ended up hitting on her, but not, you know, in a weird way. I just kind of asked for her Instagram, like, hey, you have an Instagram, whatever. And she's like, oh yeah, I got you. And then she wrote her Instagram handle on a receipt and gave it to me. So yeah, we got back to the crib, we ate, we hung out and whatever. And I haven't added her Instagram yet. I actually did it the day after. And it actually took a while for me to find her profile because the way she wrote her thing was so sloppy and I couldn't really read what her Instagram handle was. But eventually I found it and I added her. Mind you, at this point, I was already sobered up, so all the emotions and whatever that I was feeling earlier aren't the same anymore. So I will say, that night, while I was still twisted, I was like tweaking out to my boy. I'm like, bro, I think I'm in love, bro. Like, this is my future wife. Like, all this craziness. So yeah, the next day I added her, and I never hit her up, like, since then. Like, weeks would actually go by, and she never followed me back, and that's why I was kind of like, okay, well, looks like this ain't going anywhere. Mind you, when I looked at her profile, it looked like she had a kid too. So that's why I was like, oh, what the heck? I ain't like messing with someone like this. Like, and so a few weeks go by, you know, and she actually hit me up out of nowhere. And I like was so confused because I'm like, who the heck is this person DMing me who doesn't even follow me? She's like, oh, you added me and you're not gonna hit me up. And I was like, huh? I was like, oh, okay, my bad. Like, you didn't even follow me back, so like I thought like you didn't even want to talk to me, or like you probably thought I was a creep, because you know I did kind of give off those vibes, not gonna lie. Imagine some random dude just hits on you at a drive-thru at McDonald's. The vibe was so off, like it was gaslighting from the beginning. Our first conversation ever. I'm like, whoa, hold on. Like, first of all, not even a hello, not even a how are you. Like, it's literally just DMing me out of nowhere. Literally, like weeks later, where I completely forgot about this whole thing. It was so awkward, like the whole conversation after that, like we were trying to get to know each other, so to speak, kind of asking about each other, how are you, whatever, like what do you like to do, blah, 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 blah. Casual conversation, but the whole entire thing felt so forced and so awkward. It was so uncomfortable, I gotta say. And you know, it actually went on like that for a few days after that. Hey, I'll get a Big Mac meal. Thank you. Oh yeah, so a few days later, as we're kind of conversating back and forth on Instagram, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be visiting my boy. I'm gonna be in the area in a few days. I don't know if you wanna go grab a bite or something, you know, something very casual. You know, like I feel like I did it somewhat smoothly, so it wasn't coming off kind of, you know, aggressive or anything like that. And my intention with this person wasn't necessarily to do anything. It was more so just to hang out. During this time period, I also like cut out a lot of people in my life, and I wanted to kind of meet new people and just hang out with them. So that's what I was trying to do. And then she hit me with the, oh, I want to get to know you first. And you know, we continued to kind of DM back and forth the next few days, but it was just getting weirder and weirder. Like, it was just awkward to have normal conversation because it was so obvious that it just felt forced. Okay, get a straw. Straws in here? All right. First of all, this cup holder is pretty ass. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that was kind of the gist of what happened. It was just a really weird an awkward interaction. I mean, I kind of moved on from it. It was like very insignificant, but I do remember it time to time. Every time I go to a McDonald's, or if I'm ever in the area at the McDonald's that my boy and I usually go to, it does really remind me of it. And I'm always like, oh shoot, what if I see this girl here? It'll be mad awkward. And the thing is, like, I recently also just moved to this area, which is where my boy lives. So I'm always like wondering if I'm gonna run into this person. And I already unfollowed her, like we just stopped talking. But yeah, like that was my little hitting on girl moment at McDonald's out of all places. And I hope you guys are liking the car content so far. You know, I don't know how it's gonna perform yet because I shot a whole bunch of videos with this car, yet I haven't even got around to editing it because I have more content that I shot previously with motorcycle stuff that I want to post first. Like, I've been really thinking about it. I've always wanted a Porsche, but like not anytime soon. Because my dream Porsche is like the GT3 RS, or even GT3 is fine as well. Specifically in Miami blue with yellow calipers. That's the dream spec that I've always wanted. But you know, the price is absolutely insane. It's over a 6-figure car, even in the pre-owned market. But yeah, I was thinking about, should I get rid of the M4 and the A220 and just combine the funds from that to get like a 718 Cayman or something, and build that out and turn it into like a GT4 conversion? That would be more in my budget, so to speak. But and also that car is pretty solid. It doesn't have to be a 911 or anything like that, because I would also need it as a daily. But yeah, what do you guys think? You know, if you had the option, you know, let's throw the Mercedes out the way. Let's forget about that. M4 competition, manual, or 718 Cayman, or even Cayman S, or any sort of, you know, 718 lineup with a GT4 conversion body kit on it. What would you pick? I don't know. I'm just thinking about it, just because this thing is a lot of fun to drive. Even though this car is a 2013 Boxster, you know, the base of the base, it doesn't have a lot of power. M4 is significantly quicker than this, and even if I were to get a 718 or something, the M4 is still probably gonna beat it power-wise. Do you guys ever eat in your car? I know a lot of car guys don't like getting the car dirty and don't like getting food crumbs everywhere. What? I'm the type of person where it's like, you know, I want to make use of the car, you know? I don't want to baby it. I paid for the car, I want to use the car, you know? I mean, this is a rental, so it's different, you know, I got to keep this thing clean. But my own personal vehicles, like the M4, trash everywhere. I'll clean it up, I'll make it all pretty and detailed. But like, I'm not afraid to get it dirty. I'm not afraid to get stuff everywhere, because at the end of the day, it's still a car, you know? It's still like my own safe space. You know, I eat in my car all the time, I sleep in my car, and I do that mainly because I work night shift in the hospital, so I don't really have much time to get rest, and my sleep schedule is so messed up. Sometimes the time in between my shifts are so short that it wouldn't really make sense for me to come all the way back home and back to work later, because I do live kind of far now. You know, I would kill 2 hours of my would have been my sleep time just on the commute. So instead, I just leave my car in the hospital and I just sleep in the trunk. There's a lot of space back there. You know, sometimes I do that with the A220 as well. I fold down the rear seat and I sleep there. But the M4 has more space in the back, which is why I like it better. Maybe I should make a video about that, you know, kind of reviewing the lifestyle of a M4, because it's actually very usable of a car, even though it's a sports car, it's a coupe, whatever. Like, I practically live in that car. But yeah, like for, I think a whole week or two, I spent my whole life in the car. You know, I would like go home to shower and whatnot, and then that's it. And then I would come back to work and just sleep in the car. Sometimes I enjoy that sort of nomad lifestyle where, you know, life is very minimalistic. I don't need a lot of necessities. All I need is a car. I can sleep in the car if I need to, like I know I really imagined and planned out my life if I were to be homeless with an M4 or any sort of car. If there's like a free parking lot, of course, or in a neighborhood, or, you know, I think Walmart has free overnight parking. But, you know, my workplace, I can park there 24/7 whenever I want. And also my car is tinted out, so, you know, I can safely sleep in my car. And, you know, I can crack the window ever so slightly so I can get some airflow. I don't leave the engine running. It's actually not too bad. You know, you have a place to stay, you have transportation. Food you would have to kind of figure out, you would have to eat out probably, but you can always find cheap spots. Bathroom necessities and shower, you can get like a 24-hour fitness subscription for like $1 a day or $30 a month. So like your only life expense would be gas, food, and your subscription to the gym to, you know, do your showers and your self-care or whatnot. Expense would be so low in just a couple hundreds, you know. not in the thousands, but just hundreds. That's assuming you don't have car payments. I know where this video is going at this point. The amount of blabbering that I'm doing is so ridiculous. But yeah, guys, I'm just chilling with y'all. Hope you guys are having fun just hanging out with me, chit-chatting, blabbering, eating fries. Share this video, you know, add it to your favorites, whatever you gotta do. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.